Hello guys, and welcome to episode 4 of my Vistula campaign in Stone Division 2, playing on the Axis side. Previously, we won more defensive battles against the Soviets as they tried to push onto our lines once again. This time around, it's our turn to consolidate our defences even more. So, let's see what we can do. First thing that I noticed is that the 3rd SS Recon Panzer Battalion might help us destroy the 189th Tank Regiment, which would probably be a good move, since it would also allow the 3rd SS to get back to friendly lines. That's what I'm going to do first. We can also resolve that. That will blow up the rest of those Shermans, and get our Recon Panzer Battalion back into friendly lines. Now after that, I also would like to attack the 35th Cavalry Regiment. They're pushing quite far ahead. We're going to be able to attack them with the 1st Battalion of the 5th SS Panzergren Regiment, and also some artillery there as well. I could bring in the Vespas. They would be good because they're armoured, actually. And I could get them close enough that they can use a corrected shot as well, which would be pretty nice. Means that I don't have to worry too much about these 82mm mortars that they're probably going to bring out. If I go for this attack, I'm probably just going to bring in a few aircraft, nothing crazy. Maybe the Me-410s. Actually, I guess the fighter wing isn't a bad idea. Mainly because they might bring in their aircraft to support this. Let's click to prepare battle. We'll bring in the 1st Battalion of the 5th SS Panzergrens. We'll bring in the 1st Battalion of the 3rd SS Armoured Artillery Regiment. And I'll bring in the fighters, just in case. They tend to reinforce the first battle with their planes, so that's kind of what I'm counting on here. Okay, they didn't decide to reinforce. Now it's going to actually be quite an interesting battle, going on the offensive here, just to kind of stop this troop from surrounding us. And they're going to be doing it with basically one unit of Panzergrens, like one Panzergren regiment or battalion of the Panzergren regiment versus their 35th Cavalry Regiment, which means they're going to have quite a lot more on the ground than we do, but with our support, I should be able to cut through them quite nicely. So, how do we go about this? Well, probably just going to require a bunch of Panzergrens in their half-tracks. I can use the half-tracks quite offensively, actually, because they don't class as me losing the unit if they die. So I'm going to push these forwards on the left here. I'm going to play this pretty much standard, as if I was playing against a player online. I do have Panzergrenführer. They also come in these half-tracks. Got to be a little bit careful to preserve some points. I don't really want to be engaging at close range for the most part, because my Panzergrens definitely win at range, so we want to kind of exploit that where we can. So I'm going to bring a couple to this right hand side, and yeah, these can push through to the town. I don't know about on top of here. I could probably bring in an MG42 to sit up there. I might also bring one to sit on the left side as well. That's going to want to be supported by a Panzergren just in case. And I'm also going to bring in an MG that can sit up on top of here. Bring in a couple MGs to the center to help us out. I'm going to try and get one to the church. We'll try and get one to one of these buildings in the town there as well. Going to need a couple of Panzergrens to support those. Bringing in the SDKFZ 251-10s might be a good idea. Might be able to snipe a few transports coming into the town if we line this up properly. I can just tell it to quick hunt down this road and stop just where I have line of sight to shoot up here. I should have a few of those available actually, so it might be a good idea to kind of try and do that across the board, because they have, I think, a few AT guns, but nothing crazy. I also have quite a lot of these 251-9s that could be pretty good for fire support from range. So I'm going to bring in these, and we'll keep them at range just in case. And that means I can make them fall back if they come under attack. Probably also going to bring in the 120mm mortars at the start. They don't cost too much, and they're going to be pretty invaluable for our efforts. And provide constant fire at will across the entire map. So we'll just kind of unload these here. I'll just put them all in this tree line area. Okay. Right, next up, more Panzergranaten. These ones actually only come in the KFZ-70s, which is fine. Gonna get a couple more to go here as well. Best way to deal with things at close range if you don't have close range infantry yourself is actually just have numbers. That's kind of how I'm gonna work through that problem. Take a couple of Panzergranaten up there as well. And most of my units are 2-star veteran C, but I do probably still want to use some leaders where I can, just to make them 3-star veteran C. They're going to be quite important. Going to send another couple units to the left side here, just so that I can push up to the light cover and around rather than having to deal with the heavy cover. Going to take a couple of MGs to the left. Get them into buildings if we can. That one can go that way, that's fine. Okay, and we'll just leave a supply with those. That is about it, I believe. Yeah, we have a few units that we can use, like the Führer, potentially, but just going to spread out with these Panzergranaten, and we're going to try and just get a lot of value, I guess, out of our troops. That's the main thing we've got to do here, just get value. They also are going to have less troops than us at the start, so there may be places on the map that I can push through and gain a lot of flags very quickly. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. It looks like, for example, on the right I can do that. We'll move up, get the MGs into position. I may as well just push all the way up here as far as we can go. Definitely going to be some stuff coming to the left side there. Stuff coming into this town as well. But yeah, on the right, not too much to worry about at the moment. In this town, looks like the right side of the town is going to be less defended than the left there. Okay, too bad. Move these up as far as we can then. Got to be a little bit careful so they don't overextend and get shot up. We'll unload these. Okay, and we'll bring those over. So we should be able to get some decent shots in here as well. Nice. Gonna give the extra veterancy to this MG. We'll pull out of the tower for now. Gonna unload these early, since they're bringing in some units there. Alright, we'll unload these Panzergranaten on the edge of the town. That one can reload. Okay, cool. Not bad. Kazaki SVT is getting wrecked. Killed the Kazaki PPSH on the left. Try and push up to the edge of the town if we can. Do have the artillery coming down. That's good. May as well reload these Panzergranaten. I'm going to have one of the Panzergranaten push all the way up to that Kaz Maxim. I'm going to reload these. Start pushing those up a bit further. Okay. Let's get this one all the way up. I might just keep this one in the town. Actually, that's fine. Get these Panzergranaten to keep pushing up with the half-track support. Classic Panzergrenadier play. exactly how they were used. Very, very nice. Might be worth trying to get on top of that 82mm mortar, actually. I'm going to push through the Panzergrenz on the high ground here. See if we can make some ground. The 82mm mortar is coming down on top of us. Killed the VZ UPR there. That's good. Looks like we did manage to get the better of a lot of this infantry. Let's start pushing through if we can. Move the MG42 forwards. May as well get this forwards as well. Okay, there's a lot of infantry up top. Thankfully my Panzergrenz are very strong at range, and they're using Kazaki PPSH. Their standard Kazaki, not going to be too great. We did just lose a unit there. That's going to be one of my half-tracks down. A Kazrodudka getting hit by the 250-10. Looks like my 120mm mortars managed to take out the 82mm mortar. Or Kazaki PPSH getting on top of my Panzergrenz there. Thankfully the veterancy of my Panzergrenz is really, really helping out in that scenario. I should probably have some leaders up there. I'm going to start moving back with these Panzergrenz. See if we can get them out of dodge. I really need to focus on those Kazaki PPSH. Let's try and finish off that one. Yeah, that's one down. Oh yeah, I could probably move these up onto the hill as well. Bring up an MG42 there. We'll bring in the rest of these SDKFZ 251-9s as well. Keep those Panzergrenz falling back. Oh no, one of them surrendered while I wasn't paying attention. That's not good. Really not good. Oh well. I would have liked to have not lost anything if possible, but I guess it would be pretty ridiculous if I were to kick myself for not losing something. So another half-track down, that's fine. Not too concerned about the half-tracks, in all honesty. Just the infantry squads. There is some Sapari on the left. We're going to avoid those like the plague. Avoid them completely. Yeah, we'll just push to the right. The Sapari there. Trying to push across the open. Oh, that one tried to push down, got killed off. These Panzergrenz engaging Kazaki at range. There's Kazaki SVT trying to get on top of the 251-1. Not going to happen. Okay, we found the Kazaki PPSH there. I'm going to bring that 251-10 up so that it can transport snipe. Okay, another Sapari squad there getting hit very hard, which is good. Keep moving those up on the ridge. May as well move this one up as well now. Okay, we are currently 21-5 in flags. Going to be causing a major victory in 5 minutes. I would like to make it a total victory if possible. We'll try and go for that. Just got to try and crack down on some of these points in the middle. Start moving these up. Move that Panzergrenz all the way back to the edge of the map. Well, looks like we've bumped into Kazaki at close range. We'll get into heavy cover. They are not in heavy cover. We're also getting shots in from the 251-9, which is good. Done a lot of damage there when the MGs opened up. Okay, good. Let's start pushing through. Capture more flags where possible. Okay, gonna have one of these T-59s move to the right hand side there. These two can start heading up on top. Call the Kazaki PPSH there. We might be able to win actually, especially with the help from the 251-9, but I feel like this Panzergrenz is going to have to do a runner soon, because otherwise they're going to die next time around. Yeah, I am kind of floating points, but not really too much more I want to buy. I want to minimize losses where possible, and just buying stuff for the sake of it is one way to get stuff killed. We are still making ground. We have managed to get to a position where we're going to cause a total defeat for the enemy, so that is good enough. Start moving these up. Not sure we even need to go that close with the Panzergrenz. No need to get caught out by any close range infantry. Okay, let's keep going. Just didn't want those to die because they were running, so I just told them to stand and fight. Okay, that's the Kazaki PPSH out of the way. Gonna be another flag under our control? Maybe. Well, that's not good. We're gonna have to run away from that. Okay, we'll just speed things up. 20 seconds left. Not sure we're going to get that last flag. Nope. That'll do though. Total victory, 9 minutes, 44 seconds. And in the end, we lost 3 half-tracks in the Panzergren, which is good. And we killed loads of Kazaki PPSH. Yeah, nice. So playing around the strengths of the Panzergrens there, we managed to make it work. And total losses is just 1 Panzergren. Cool. That's going to stop that attack in its tracks. I am very tempted to go for the 175th Artillery Mortar Regiment. They do have some F-22s though, and these with their AP shells can actually be kind of annoying if I want to run them down. But we do have the 3rd SS Recon Panzer Battalion. Like, I could just move in and wreck them there pretty easily if I wanted to. Just destroy that artillery piece. I think taking out artillery is going to be way more important now because the bombard action is really, really strong. So I might go for this attack. It's going to be tough. I think we do have some Panzergrens, so we can stop the front line from pushing in. We can just do it with 1 unit. That's fine. Those can come in Phase C, but I'm assuming that we'll beat this before Phase C. Okay, so what we're going to do is probably just have a bunch of SDKFZ 259s charge ahead. Oh, I was going to say we could have loads of them, but we actually can't. They cost 3 points a pop, and we only have 20 points. That's actually going to make this fight a little bit more awkward than I hoped. We're going to have to keep them in at least pairs, otherwise they're going to get killed very easily. And we're going to have to make sure we can hold the front line. Let's use a couple IGs at least. Those cost 1 point each, so that's kind of why I'm using those. We can also use these pioneers, so we'll bring in a few of these as well. This might actually be tougher than I'd hoped, just because of the sheer lack of points available. But we will see. Let's just go ahead and launch the battle. I'm going to actually move over this 259 to the right hand side and just keep them in squads, because if there's only 1 or 2, what's going to end up happening is they're just going to get run down, or well, not run down, but like killed off by a single F-22 that just takes a few shots. So I'll be able to make some ground quite quickly, I reckon. Especially with things like the Pioneers. There's not going to be too much that can really challenge those. There will be a few leader units that will cause issues. Okay, there's more stuff than I'd hoped. I'm actually going to move these into cover because I'm not sure what's ahead of me. Right, it looks like mostly recon infantry they're using. Which is fine, just gotta not get too close to them. Because otherwise they can throw grenades, basically. Right, we'll keep that moving forwards. They're bringing in the 120mm mortars, they're no threat to our 259s, so that's good. I'm going to send one of them to go chase that down. Actually, I guess there's one more over there as well. Cool. Right, what else can we bring in now? Maybe like an MG. Not a bad idea. Need something else now that can basically capture the front line. So bring in like a SDK Z11 flag. Okay, killed the Dushka, the truck there. Had to go up my 259. Honestly, the Dushkas, they could get a kill if I'm not paying attention. That'd be rather unfortunate. Kind of like this battle though, it's pretty cool. It's as if like a recon unit did discover an artillery battery and has to go in and destroy it. Right, I'm going to keep this IG moving forwards. We got the MG there as well. Keep this IG moving forwards so that we can potentially capture that point. Alright, that's going to be like the Vizivod on the artillerist. I'm going to be smashing that 120mm mortar to death. Okay, cool. Well, that's going to be the Dushka truck there. Alright, Vizivod UPR. Take those out. They shouldn't have that many more units that can hold the front line. Like the Dushkas can, but other than that, and the Vizivod, it's not too much that can. So you can see the salient we're making on the right hand side there. I'm just going to move up with the STK Z11 flag. I'm going to move the Pioneers across as well. Yeah, we're starting to make some serious ground, which is good. Alright, I was a little worried about the F-22s, but it doesn't look like they're really prioritizing their use, which is great for us. Nice that these recon vehicles only cost 1 a pop in the main tab. I probably should have used more of those at the start as opposed to the 231s and so on. There's an F-22, but we managed to get on top of it before it could do too much damage. Yeah, and all of these, they're just going to push over to the left-hand side now, meet up with the rest of the recon vehicles, do as much damage as possible along the way. This is absolutely fine. This is Vizivod, and this is a 231. 231s don't have open top, so yeah, it's actually in a perfectly good position to just wreck that squad. Ooh, the F-22 actually had a go at one of these units. It might kill one of my 259s. It does have 2-star veterancy. Oh, that was close. Okay, looks like we're going to get close enough now to kill that off. Okay, let's keep moving up the IGs, MGs. Actually, at that range, oh no, that's not good. Okay, thankfully it changed target. That could have gone bad. But nope, we're all good. Our 20 mils running all over the enemy. That's what we like to see. Keep that pioneer moving forwards. Have that 231 take out the Visivod. Great. Keep these pioneers moving up. Take as many flags as possible. What else can I use? We'll get a couple of those on the right hand side. 251 9s. Looks like another job well done. Got to really break these guys down. Great. "222 is going to be rolling up the left side road there. These ones all going to be pushing straight into these units. Goodbye, Jeep. Now, these 231s are nice and fast. They're wheeled, so they do plenty of damage. I mean, it might have been a good idea to not capture as much of the map and just destroy the unit entirely by going to the spawn with the recon units. We've done that in the past, in previous campaigns. But in this case, because it's artillery, it being disorganized is probably enough. We're going to have a chance to destroy it next turn anyway. Let's just speed things up. There's only 1 minute 30 left. I might leave a few of those there. Oh. Get down line of sight of those F-22s. Thank you very much. No point in losing anything towards the end here. It's the only trouble with speeding things up is it can go tits up very quickly. Okay, that's it. Victory. Total victory. 9 minutes, 16 seconds. No losses. Plenty of kills. Great. And that has destroyed the unit entirely. That is perfect. Now the one thing I am a little bit worried about here is that this still technically is behind enemy lines. So I think I'm going to have to move in a unit to kind of free them up a little bit. I think the best choice is probably the 2nd Battalion of the 6th SS Panzergrenz. You move them up here. They're going to reconnect that. I can leave them there to dig in next turn. That will help stop more troops from heading north. We've already done a lot of damage. Now we just need to work on the front here. So this is the 11th Tank Corps. This does have the IS-2s. Got to be very, very careful about those. In a battle with IS-2s, our best bet is probably to use Ju-87s. The other thing I need to do is hold Minsk-Mazowiecki. So I'm going to actually dig in the 173rd Engineer Battalion here. I'm going to keep the 46th Panzer Corps behind. I'm going to move up the 3rd Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 70 to the left side. And I'm actually going to move these guys back, the 80th AA Regiment, because I was going to keep them there so that I could maybe just defend straight up against these guys. But I think it'd be better if we had defenses, so that's kind of what I'm setting up. The vanguard of the Hermann Göring, I'm going to move up to this road, I think, just to cut off this advance from the 103rd Motorized Rifle Battalion. We do have the Jagdpanzers. They're going to be important for dealing with the 51st Tank Brigade. So if the 51st Tank Brigade moves to the left and threatens this area, then maybe we can bring them back down. But we might not need them due to the Hetzers and the 88s that we have. So yeah, let's just move up here for now. And if they want to attack me with the 103rd Motorized Rifle Battalion, then they can feel free, because we should be fine. Although saying that, the 103rd and 50th Tank Brigade are right behind. Okay. Well, let's move up this unit as well then. The AB Recon Battalion. Recon Panzer Battalion of the Hermann-Göring, just to kind of contain these armoured units heading up the road there. Okay, got to bring over the 1st Battalion of the Panzer Regiment 27. I don't know if we're going to need more on this bottom side. I've managed to set up a pretty decent defence here. We got the 1, 2. I think this one needs to dig in. And this one needs to fall back. Or at least move over. That's the plan. And this one can fill the gap there as well. Definitely bring the artillery forwards. Okay. Do the same on this bottom side. I don't know if this one's in a position to be attacked. It might be. If a unit comes, say here, they might be able to attack the 1st Battalion of the 173rd Artillery Regiment. But considering they're next to a unit that's dug in, I think we get fortifications, so we should be fine. Right, this 2nd Infantry, or 2nd Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 70, I think will be okay where they are. Just to help reinforce. Same deal with these guys, although I feel like I'm going to be a bit stretched on the right flank. Well, technically the left flank. So we're going to move over that direction. Keep the Fusilier Battalion there, that's fine. And we got the 173rd Tank Destroyer Battalion for any tank attacks. And we can move forwards the 5th SS Tank Destroyer Battalion as well. Okay. Alright, so this artillery, we're going to bombard the 2 107th and 109th Tank Brigades. Stop them from attacking us. Anything else is fine. Actually, I guess the 107th Motorized Rifle Battalion might push in and bring the 164th Tank Brigade with them, but that would be a Phase B. So we'd be in a good spot to fend them off. But this left side is sorted. We're starting to get a nice defensive line to stop them from cutting through. Let's bring over these tanks. So now we kind of know where we're going to need the Panthers. Probably not on this bottom side. Saying that, there is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tank battalions and tank brigades. Well, they're all tank brigades, but yeah. Got 3 more heading up there. I guess in theory, Group Christian is coming down. So that should be fine to help deal with these lot. So we'll use the 1st Battalion of the Panzer Regiment 27 down on the bottom side. And I'm going to use Battlegroup Kosman and Battlegroup Meyer to support on the top side. We'll bring those across. Get the 2nd Battalion, the 19th Armoured Artillery Regiment, to move across as well. Great. That's all good. Alright, let's have a look at the units on the top side. So we've got the 4th Recon Panzer Battalion, that's zooming down. That's okay. And we got Battlegroup von Galdsecker. That's going to be heading down this way as well. This one can come as far down as it can. Same deal with the 1st Battalion of the 33rd Panzergrenadier Regiment. Yeah, I think it's best if we just move that down this way. As far as we can. Cool. So the left side of the map is sorted and ready to go. Now, I'm looking at potentially attacking into the 184th Tank Regiment. We could really create a big split on these forces if we were to do that. We could just go straight in. I was going to say we Group Totenkopf, but saying that, Group Totenkopf is not very good actually, is it? It's a shame that the 3rd Battalion of the 12th Motorized Rifle Brigade is the one in front here. It's kind of annoying. Because I'd like the tanks to be closer to the front. I think what I might do is we're going to move Grub Totenkopf over. We're going to move the 1st SS Panzer Regiment 3 into that spot. We're going to shift forwards the AA so that it can reinforce in phase A against any attack that comes in here. And for this turn, I think I'm probably going to bombard the T-34s back here. Stop them from moving forwards for a little bit. Because I don't mind the Shermans. The Shermans we can deal with. But the T-34-85s are a little bit tougher. Okay. So we've got the 2nd Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 84 there. They might get hit by the 20th Tank Brigade next turn if I'm not careful. I think I'm going to maybe pull back a little bit on this line. Because we have the 2nd line of infantry that could technically dig in. I could go here with this infantry unit. And then we dig in this unit and this unit. We use the bombard option this turn with these guys. We'll hit that 36th Tank Brigade and we'll hit the 20th Tank Brigade. And then I'm going to pull back with this unit. I think we're going to move them to the left to help reinforce this area if needs be. I can move in the 1st Battalion of the 6th SS Panzergrenz. Yeah, this unit's going to fall back. And we'll definitely fall back with the 102nd Fusilier Battalion. These two need to dig in. This artillery can bombard the AA. I think that stays where it is, and we move over the 102nd Fusilier Battalion here for the time being. Okay, not sure why this 102nd Engineer Battalion's dug in. We'll move them over to the left-hand side. So we got a relatively nice defensive line here. It's quite straight with the artillery to support. Next time around, we will move back the 4th Battalion of the 104th Artillery Regiment, like behind our lines. That will be okay. These guys definitely can't dig in, can they? No. I feel like these are a little bit overexposed at the moment. But this one defended very well previously against all of these Guards Rifle regiments. So that's okay. There's going to be some hard attacks coming in here, but it's going to be mostly infantry, so should be okay. Little bit worried that we're not going to have time to dig in. I'm actually going to move this unit back in a second. I will bombard this 166th Guards, because none of these other ones on the front can initiate. That's going to give us time to dig in these guys, dig in these guys, and that helps us defend the road on that side. This is going to set up AA. Unless I want to be further down with those. Just in case I want to defend the 3rd Hussars. I think that could be a possibility, but I have to put them where the 541st Artillery or 541st Infantry Division HQ is. I'm going to bring that over there. We'll move the AA into that spot. I'm going to bombard. We can't bombard both of these. I mean, possibly we just bombard the self-propelled artillery regiment. That would be the best shout. To stop them from reinforcing in a battle against the 3rd Hussars next turn. On this top side... Actually, I guess I can bombard this one as well. I completely missed out on that one because I could have stopped the initiations anyway. Which could have been a good idea. Now we've got to choose. We'll take away the action points from the 164th. Okay. And the 2nd Battalion of the SS Panzer Regiment 5. I kind of feel like I should just be swinging all of those to the left-hand side, but we'll move that down for the time being. Maybe if we get a chance, we'll try and push aggressively into the 1416th Self-Propelled Artillery Regiment next turn. Right, this unit probably going to have to stay more or less where it is. We'll move up a little bit, but that's going to help support on that side. This unit is going to get behind to help support on the top there. Okay, and Battlegroup Sammernicht, that can head across with the 5th SS Recon Panzer Battalion and the 5th SS Panzer Division HQ. I'm going to bring this artillery around as well. This unit of infantry I'm definitely going to head down. Main reason being is I still need reinforcements for this area where the Stugs are and so on. I should be okay against these units with Stugs, that's fine. But it looks like most of my movements are done. Just got to finish off moving these fellas. So right flank looks secure, nothing that I'm missing here I don't think. Nothing that I want to move. Might move this one back a little bit more. Actually, what I might do is move this unit to the right and push that one up, like so. Yeah, that one can help here. Right, 3rd SS Panzer Division HQ. May as well just squeeze in on that so we can get some extra points if we need them. Battlegroup Köln. Köln, where can we go with Köln? Maybe we could pincer onto the 103rd and 50th Tank Brigade. We do have the Tigers in Battlegroup Köln, so let's just move over to the left with that. And the artillery, we're just going to move down onto the main road. Okay. This artillery also needs to move over. That might have been a bad idea actually, because I think 61st Cavalry Regiment could potentially attack them. Move Gruppag down as well. 4th SS Panzer Corps HQ can come all the way down. I think I was going to keep that back just because it has nothing in it, but could be useful as a 3rd unit to bring in just to give us extra points to use. The 102nd Infantry Division HQ, same deal. Just move that in behind here. 102nd Tank Destroyer Battalion can move over to the left. Because we've got Group Totenkopf here that can deal with this 20th Tank Brigade. Actually, maybe this needs to come over to the right. Yeah, we'll come over here. Just because of this 36th Tank Brigade. Okay. So if the 1st Battalion of the 3rd SS Armoured Artillery gets attacked, the Vespers might actually be okay to deal with a lot of this infantry. And I will have the recon to make good use of planes. It's going to be tough, but yeah, that might have been a big mistake on my end. Do we have any reinforcements we can use? No, we don't. So we're just kind of saving our points at the moment. All good. That's all our movement done. And unfortunately, guys, it has been my time. So I'm going to leave it here. And in the next episode, we'll be clicking the end turn button, and we'll see where the Soviets attack. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.